All right. Hey, how's everybody doing? We got Tuesday. All right. 3:45 in Chicago. It's 21st of July. I think we're starting to go into those doldrums of summer here as well. All right. So, kind of markets are kind of a little waffling here. All right. So I'll make this pretty quick. Technology is still down on the month by about a little over 3%, about 3.8% on technology. Um, but today we had a pretty good day. All right, the Qs got a pretty good, nice day today. Was up $12.91, 1.85%, and the SPY was up about $6.19, about 0.83 to the upside. And diamonds were up $3.57 with 0.69%. All right, so but looking at it from a technology standpoint, again, it's down, down in the month here still, and pretty handily. All right. It's actually 3.81%. All right. So we continue to be down on the month there, and here we get a good day. All right. Here we get a good day. So what does that leave us? That leaves us with a whole bunch of stocks that are going to be inside week, that are inside week right now. And my thinking is if they're strong enough, they should be able to just go up and take these weeks. Um, but they're pretty stuck inside. So I'm going to go through some names. Triple Q's right off here to start with. We are 2-1 on the week. Okay. And a decent day up today. Okay. Hammered up today. See if that can go into force. See if we can get a little better movement coming up there on tech. And we talked about this at lunch too. When tech starts to move and all that money starts, they dump on all these sectors, so they can buy these tech stocks. All right, so be aware of that too. All right, and as we can see here, pretty good day on the Qs, right? And I saw a little bit of selling coming back at the end of the day here, just a tad, not too much, right? Held up pretty well, I gotta say, for the day. All right, so that's Qs, and there's SPY. 2-1 inside. So we're one on the week on SPY, and we're two up today. All right, so two up today, and the S&P 500. We're here's where we are. Okay, and looking at the quarter and looking at the month up here, guys, as you see. All right, little flimsy, little indecision. So we'll see what the next 3 days bring. It's going to be interesting to see. All right, and then we'll go towards the end of it. Then again, I think we're still going into them summer doldrums. I think it's that time now where people are starting to get. If you haven't gone on your vacations, you're going to be going on your vacations. School will be starting again here, believe it or not, pretty soon. Before, and it looks like August 15th or something like that. The kids are going to start going back to school, and then things will get to a little bit of a different normal market. So again, doldrums have settled in, I think, at least. Okay, so a decent day up here on SPY, up $6 and change. All right, and then diamonds again kind of fell apart at the end of the day here on our diamonds. So we moved to the downside here. We got up to the highs of the day there at 523.10, and then kind of fell off the bridge there a little bit. All right, just turned into chop land. All right, so not much there. Looks like that's where they're going to stay right now. All right, so diamonds came back a little bit there at the end of the day, but let's just kind of focus on what's inside the week and what's everything looking like. Taiwan semi, right? We got the inside on the quarter with the hammer, trying to hammer up here on the Philip on the month. Okay, and there's your 2-1 week. All right, planted in pretty good. All right, so to 437 to get out of there. That's going to take some doing. We had a nice day up, though. We'll see if some of these hammers that we had today go into force. Marvel, that's your 2-1 inside your week here. Okay, you're down on the month, and you're inside, and you're down on the month on Marvel. But they've been kind of picking up a little bit on it. All right, so not much of a day there today for Marvel Crew V. CRWV got the inside week. All right, and the month is still, the quarter's down, and the month is down. Okay, so Crew V, they got that moving there. We got A Lab came in off those highs at 499. She's dropped all the way back down to 319. And here's where she lands with the inside week kind of trapped inside here. Okay. So A Lab 2-1 inside there. ANET, I don't know about, yeah, Arista 2-1 on the insider. All right. A lot of them are stuck inside, guys. NVIDIA 2-1 in NVIDIA, trying to hammer back up. You got the one kind of nestled in there on the quarter with the month. All right, so doing about the same there. All right, Qualcomm inside red, just kind of trapped inside here as well with the quarter and the month down. All right, we're going to see how things shake out. Cisco stuck inside on the week again. All right, so 2-1 in here side with 3 days to play. 3 days to play on this week, and then we'll see if anything happens there. You got a 1-1, so this thing's been resting for 2 straight days now. So we'll see if Cisco can get out of its dreary. Apple stuck inside on the week now, looking better, trying to hammer back up. You know, it made such a big move, and it moved so fast that it had to puke to bring it back in. All right, so 327 now. She hasn't come in too much. Watching on the 30s right now, so it's like she's coming down a little bit lower here around 325. So 325, 326, 327, right inside there right now. But again, you know, trapped inside. All right, MAGS is the ETF for the MAG 7 inside on the week here. And you got the quarter is green, and you're inside on both on the month as well. All right, so MAGS, a little better there. A couple other names here. Micron. Micron has got the inside day, and it looking like it wants to go for it here, but it's still going to have to get it up through 995. So we'll see if that one can give it. Teledyne, TDY. That's a 2-up. Let's not talk about that one. ADI, Analog Devices, is trying to hammer up with the 3-1 inside on the week. Are you getting what I'm picking up? APH, all right, 2-1 inside here. All right, so we have an absolute plethora of stocks that are inside on the weeklies. Okay, now again, if they're so strong, they should probably be able to go and take these things out before the weekends. All right, so that's really what I'm going to be watching for. All right, if they kind of stall out and they don't, and if they stall out for another day or so, you're going to be in a point where you're probably going to be finishing the week inside. All right, so that group is it's pivotal, because if these things if they all start taking 2-1-2s, 2-1-2s, 3-1-2s to the upside, then we're going to have to measure to see if they're going to be able to keep those gains up too. All right, so we'll see what happens, but all I want to make a point out of it is that still down for the month, but had a pretty good day today. All right, so we'll see if we can change that around. Materials had a good day today on the XLB as in boy. 2 up on the day here today. Really nothing sexy here, man. All right, right there, just kind of matched up. But we had some of the metals that were moving pretty good today. All right, silver was pretty decent today. They kind of fell apart at the end of the day a little bit too, coming back down on that group. Energy, is still up there. All right, energy on the big picture for the month is still the leader in the month, and it's only behind by healthcare. All right, so on the monthly, right now, energy is leading the charge to the upside on the month here, and it is up over 8%. All right, so XLE, I won't go through all. I'm just going to show you the XLE because then you get a little bit of a flavor here. All right, the weeks have been moving nicely. You get another 2 day up here. All right, I say it again. You can smell that inflation. All right, 61, 66 to take this thing out. And so energy's looking pretty strong here. Again, it's all news breaking, a lot of macro in here. So be careful to trade this group. But still, energy is still for the month. You're the stud. You're the stud. All right. Healthcare. You guys know what I think about healthcare. Um, I think healthcare is going to finish strong as we go into the end of the month. I'm making a call on this. Somebody got to make a call. So I'm thinking that we should get better here. We had a nice day today on the XLV. See if we can get some follow through tomorrow and get some of these moving here. We did have a couple that were a little better today, right? Merck was better today. Merck was up 1.5%, up $1.86. CVS had a decent day here, right? Up 2.78% to the upside there. I saw Pfizer had a decent day today too. Pfizer, up 19 cents. Not really to talk about there. This GILD had some bad news a couple days ago, and it knocked it down on the day. So this thing's still having troubles right now. So this one was down another $2.93. But I tell you, man, this thing was fighting back today, as you can see. All right, so watch the Gilead. I think that thing will get back up there. All right. So Merck and then Cigna had a decent day, right? Up 2.31%, up $6.55. United Healthcare. Now, United Healthcare was picking up the industrials today. Nice up move here on United Healthcare. Another one that's been really kind of quiet and dead has been Johnson and Johnson. Puts up a good day here. It's time for you to get your act back together here too. All right, this has been a move to the downside. They tried to get it there, failed. I'm looking for a better move here in Johnny John. All right, so we'll see what that group wants to do. For the month now, healthcare is up 7%. We're only chasing that. All we need is one couple of good days with no war, and we should get a pullback on some of the XLC on the energies. But as for right now, that's what's going on. All right, on the downside, the XLC Communications Group, not good, not good. All right, for the month, we're down on industrials by 7%. All right, so there's a group that needs to turn things around and try to get back up. And technology, basic materials, there's two of them right there today that came back that were on the bottom of the month. All right, and they showed up today with technology. Communication services were a little bit better. We were a little bit better there on that one. And then our consumer defensive stocks, our staples, are up 0.3%, so not much to talk about in the monthly. All right. For today, consumer defensive and communications were the two biggest losers today. All right. So XLP's been coming down. XLP's been coming down with 3 straight days here, and you got really trapped inside a big 3-1 week. So it's got some challenges here right now. All right, coming down here. But I'm watching them. I still think they do turn around here. So that's it. Really, I think the big picture right now is what's tech going to do here? Because if tech really does start to crank up, it's like you're going to have to be into some of these tech names because you're going to see a lot. It's all robbing Peter to pay Paul, and that's what's going to happen here. They're going to sell off on energy. They're going to sell off on healthcare. They're going to sell off on real estate. These things have been juicy All right. The things that have been really strong, those are the ones that they're going to go after to take some profits on, and then throwing some money back into tech. So we'll see what happens there. And that's it. Really, that's all I got. I didn't want to make it too long. All right. So I will definitely be talking to you again tomorrow. All right. So just have a good night and be good. Be good.